Well, got another little thing we're going to do. This little trick and technique is called Ebonizing. It's going to take this fretboard here, which is not ebony, and make it look like ebony, and the whole process is basically simple. You're just restaining the wood to something else. What I'm going to use is this premium Varathane wood stain. That's all it is. It's just stain. I don't want to get a polyurethane or anything like that, just a stain. And it's a premium, and this color is, well, of course, ebony, but it's a darker ebony. If you can find one even that's just black stain, I'd get that. I did a little sample one right here, see how well it would clean with the inlay. It'll clean fine. So I'm going to get started on that and see how this thing looks. Whoa, look at the top of my head. Oh, that's disgusting. This is actually an easy thing to do. See, I like the look of an ebony fretboard, so this is like the poor man's ebony fretboard, really. Just, you know, take some ebony stain, like I said previously, not the polyurethane, just straight stain, and literally stain the fretboard. I was first a little bit worried just to see if it would ruin the inlays. It didn't. It just came right off. And of course, it's not going to stain the frets, the actual fret itself, because it's metal. So it just wipes right off. So all I did is go down the line and start working it in, and then clean it up, and work it in and clean it up. It's staining. It's easy. I did also make sure that I really did took extra care on keeping the paint clean, because I didn't want it to stain the paint. So if you're gonna paint a neck like I did and you're staining, you know, just make sure you got some good care. So other than that, it's beautiful. Yeah. That looks pretty good for one coat. So, but I think I'm going to give it maybe one more or two more. But I like it. I really do. So, I'm going to let this set up for a little bit. Probably for like about another 5-10 minutes. Probably put on another. See how that looks. Maybe if I can get a little more darker. If it gets darker, I'll keep going. If it kind of stays the same, then I'll just leave it as is. And then we'll continue on. Alright, let's try polishing this bitch. Already sanded with 2000. Cleaned off with just a dry microfiber, no chemicals. And put on a little bit of stage 1 polishing compound. This is from Meguiar's. Just dump a little bit here. Come on. Come on, there you go. That's enough right there, it's just a little glob. Take this, just work it in before I do it. I got this set on the lowest speed. This is an air one, so expect my air compressor to kick back on and drown my voice out if I say anything, but time to try it. Well, this is just basic polishing. The paint is a single stage, so it's naturally glossy. There's no clear coat required. So that's what's really good about this. And the paint is a polyurethane that I'm polishing. Now, because this is a polyurethane paint, it's a, you know, it's a paint that you have to add a catalyst, a hardener to it. And that makes it harder. Like the hardness of it is, it's extremely durable than your typical stuff you would get from a spray can.
That stuff is actually really soft compared to this stuff. That's why it was kind of a little bit hard just to even color sand it down, because you let it fully cure and it's solid. It's pretty much the same stuff that, you know, guitars are actually painted with. They're a polyurethane paint. And don't get confused with like the polyurethane stuff at like Home Depot, that you'll see that stuff in, like, you know, the stains and shellacs and whatever varnish section. That it's kind of different. This is a straight paint, and you have to. The only place I can think of, you like, unless you can get it definitely at an auto body store. Sherwin-Williams definitely has it, but it takes about a week to get a specific color, and you have to buy a gallon of it. And believe me, that stuff's over $100 a gallon. What makes this great for polishing is because, like I said, it's pretty hard. It's harder to burn through. But yeah, and as polishing, you want to, like, you know, use a rubbing compound and a wool pad, and kind of like don't set your RPMs the fastest. You'll burn right through it, and stay away from edges, because that's where paint is generally the thinnest, and you don't want to, you know, burn through your paint. And just, you know, pay attention and keep moving. Don't sit on a spot. You know, keep applying your rubbing compound as needed. Don't let it dry up. Other thing to do is, even before you start, get like a little spray bottle and kind of damp your wool pad a little bit, and every now and then, like right there, you know, just, you know, wipe off any excess. You know, take a good look at it. You know, check the sheen out. If there's any more dull spots, you got some more work to do. And like here, you know, this project took a few times. You know, a few more cutting. And if you really want to go down, you know, there's multiple stages of rubbing compounds. It's really like the first stage is what I'm using. It's the more abrasive, but there are finer and finer ones, and you have to use a finer pad. But that's really for darker colors as you go down. The darker the color to black, the more finer you have to go. But this is an off-white of my design, so this only one stage is fine. And later, I pretty much will wax the thing and, you know, make it look really good. But yeah, you want to make sure your paint is fully cured. Even if you're going to spray can it, look at the back of the can, and it will tell you when it's full cure. Touch dry is different than full cure. So just because it says it'll dry in a few hours doesn't mean you can start doing this stuff. You know, take your time to do it. But this is, you know, a fun, easy job, and it's pretty damn cool. You'd be impressed with the results if you do it right. So, and enjoy the show.
Working some of the compound off of the fretboard, the polishing. I don't want that to mess up my ebonizing job. Yeah, I can go back and fill it in if I want to. Oh my god. I don't think you can really, hopefully it comes out good on video, but this thing is shiny and it's smooth. I mean, it is fast smooth. It's like not a ripple on it. Sanding and polishing sure did it justice. That's for sure. Ooh. We're almost there. I mean, I'm happy with the polishing already. I don't really see a need to go farther and screw something up. I like it as is. We're about ready to start putting this thing together. Yeah. Last look at stuff. Different lights. Yeah. Holy crap. Getting somewhere. Alright. I think what we'll start on putting back together is the neck. Basically the tuning pegs. Sprezos.
Rock, stupid time lapse. I need to go poo.
Oh my God. You gotta be kidding me. Alright, now we're just way beyond. This is enough with the time lapse bull. This stuff here will drive a person to drink. Oh, or kick a puppy. My God. Did I really need to do this? I didn't even. I could have just filmed it regularly. Oh, fuck.
Well, we got our tuning pegs in place. Let me see it. Sprezos. One thing about these kind, if you ever get something like this, just pay attention that all 6 are not identical. Only 2 of them, only 2 sets are. These 2 are identical, these 2 are identical, and these 2. As you can see, these ones stick up higher for your thicker strings and your medium into your lows. See it? So if you ever get something like that, if you ever get this set, make sure you pay attention to that, or you're going to be like, what the So now basically the neck is done, but now we're going to monkey with the body. So I think what we're going to go with is to deal with the wiring and the pickups first, because they get screwed and mounted in. So EMG bone breakers, it has a lot of the wiring in there. The only thing I think I have to adapt for is making a longer wire to run, you know, from here all the way, well, all the way through here to here and back down into here. This kit, I don't think the wiring is that long. Well, we're gonna find out, because I'm gonna box it. Nice little setup here, comes with a sticker. Instructions. Only going to need 2 of these, so I'll save these 2 probably for another project. It actually says on it what it's for. If you can see, it says volume up there, so we need one of those. Yeah, what says tone, we need that one. It needs its specific type of jack, so we're going to need that. Obviously, we saved the switch, the original switch, because we're going to need that. The connecting bus, this is a solid system. It's really plug-in, so simple. Only the real soldering is basically to the battery box. Wiring and stuff. Also comes with new springs and screws for the pickups, so we'll use them. Really weird Kirk Hammett pick, really tiny, not my type. And of course, the pickups themselves. The neck position, says it right here on the back, BBN, bone breaker neck. And the other one, BBB, bone breaker bridge. So we'll set this stuff off to the side. Got what I need here. Basically first, wires. This stuff. So now we know what we're going to do. So I got what I need laid out, and so it's time to start putting this part together.
Ah, that's it. I think you know by now. God, I can't believe this. Now we're 5 times into this. I apologize for you guys. You guys can just click off the video if you want. Unsubscribe, whatever you want to do. Make sure you give me a thumbs down in the comment section on this video, especially for all the high speed. But if you're willing to sit through it, then I guess you're a trooper, or you're just sane. This section was actually pretty long, and I had to cut it down even for this, for something that's just simple wiring. Oh God, please don't look at the back of my head. I had a little problem which ain't coming up yet, but I'll just go ahead and kind of explain. Actually, no, I'll explain to you when it comes up. I just remember when I did this was just a nightmare. Well, anyways, first things first was, doing the wires for the battery box. I literally actually had to splice extra wire to what EMG's wire and connectors are, because they weren't long enough to route from the top of the bin all the way around. So it took a little ingenuity, just a lot of splicing and soldering and heat shrinking just to make extra wire, just to fish it through. Pain in the it was. Big pain in the But yeah, so fishing more of it through to where it's got to go, from the back of the jack, through the bridge pickup to the electronic cavity. And over there, sometimes I have to file out part of the bore holes for the tone and volume. Now the paint obviously thickened it up so the pots weren't fitting in through there correctly, so I had to clean them up a little bit. But it's just a lot of fishing of wiring. For the most part, the wiring was easy if you didn't have to modify like I had to, just to fit this type of guitar. What you won't see a lot of is actually, like I said, I cut out a lot of me at the bench, only because part of the issue with it is, which obviously I've already did, is the toggle switch. One of the connectors, the soldering iron did not want to take. My iron was super hot, my tips were super clean, and the solder would not melt no matter what. Took me about at least an hour and a half to finally get one solder to finally take, and after that everything just went rolling. So right there you see everything's going together, the pickups are in, they're getting connected. Always checking my instructions so everything's right. Basically this system is, match the color things to the little connector bus. Just make sure you have which side is up. It's almost idiot proof, but yet an idiot can still it up. So now it's just hooking in the jack, and hey, look, there's that evil cover plate that's bulletproof. So set it in there, and boy, where the hell am I? Oh yeah, plugging up some of the old original holes, because obviously my holes for the plate are a little bit bigger, so I had to kind of redo the holes for that and re-drill a different spot just to make it work. And yeah, it's in there. And another thing that I would like to point out is for where as I'm starting to put this, see, what am I putting in? Oh yeah, the string furrows right there, cleaning them out from paint, but so I had to I had to put in some Gorilla Glue and kind of tap them in carefully. The reason why is, like I said before, is I want to make sure they don't fall out of the body if you flip it over without strings. So I only put just a tiny drop, so in case if I ever have to renew them, it's not going to be too difficult. But they're going in. Got a little dowel piece of wood just to make sure they're flush with the body and not too deep and not making any marks. I also did the same for the the post for the bridge, tap them in. Bridge went on nicely. By the way, that tone post bridge, lower bridge, is really nice. Better, I think it's better than the blade ones. I'm pretty happy with that thing. And now the strap locks are going in. So time to put the neck on. Tying it up real good. And here we go. Voila.
Well, she's assembled other than being restrung. She's actually beautiful, really. I'm going to put the old strings on there just to get everything dialed in. The truss rod, the bridge, the intonation, pickup height, all that fine adjustment. Then I'm going to go throw some new strings on there. And then going to actually play it for the first time. I'm not going to play it as I'm, doing the fine tuning stuff. It just wouldn't seem right. But yeah. Whew. I'm totally impressed. And it feels a little bit heavier too. It really does. I mean, look. But when I come back, we'll actually plug it in and play it for the first time. Let me just do the fine adjustments and we'll be ready to rock. Here it is. Here's one thing I like to show that definitely I noticed for sure. Remember this? Well, check this out. No neck dive. I haven't fired it up. The settings were left from the last time we played it. I gotta admit though, I had to kind of plug it in just to get everything all, tuned up and all that other stuff. But as far as playing it, I haven't yet. And I did it on a different amp too, so I'm gonna find out if this thing chugs. I also like how quiet it is in between notes. Very little humming. I don't have a noise gate or anything. that's a wrap for the build. I say job well done. I am very happy. I am happy, happy, happy. If I could do this, and I'm not a professional guitar builder, you can too. So with this build, I want to say, get off, watch something else.